Hello, and welcome back to The Bitter Baker. You may not be aware of it, but it is Mental Health Month this month, and I found something very distressing. There is a study that says that 1 in 4 Americans are extra depressed about this pandemic because they're missing not their spouse, their work spouse. So the reason why I'm preparing this recipe today is because I'm concerned that my work husband Clint is gonna forget who his real work wife is. I'm his perfect mate. All of our inside jokes during meetings. I always remember his birthday. Who helped you embezzle that cash from Copenhagen? Would Karen do that? So today we're making red velvet buntini into your marriage bunt cakes. Bunt in there? That doesn't really make sense. Well, I think we're ready to begin. I've already preset my oven to 350 degrees. And the first thing we're gonna do is start with our dry ingredients. We need to begin with 2.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we're gonna combine that together in one bowl. You can probably tell I am the type of person that needs constant attention. Some people might call that codependency. I call it just co-workers. In a separate bowl, we're gonna mix 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of just regular sugar, 4 eggs, 1 egg at a time. We wanna fully incorporate each egg before adding additional ones. Then we're gonna add 1 cup of sour cream, 1/2 cup of milk, and an entire bottle of red food coloring. Representing the blood, sweat, and tears I put into our Jim Pam office dynamic. Then 2 tablespoons of vanilla, which I call Karen. We're then going to incorporate our dry ingredients. Scraping the sides of the bowl, you really want to mix that well. So why would I choose this particular recipe for Clint? Well, I wanted to make something red velvet because I remember that he told me at our company picnic that was his favorite. And I thought that was really funny because he was wearing a red shirt and it kind of looked velvet, but it was a really hot day. It was like 80 degrees in August. And I thought, wow, that's too formal for an occasion like this, but wow, you look really good. So now we are gonna fill up our little buntinis. And we're gonna fill these about halfway, just kind of like a bunt pan though, because you don't want to get it on the stem. You don't want to get it in the middle, just a little on the side. Once our cakes are cooled, we can frost them. And I'm just gonna pipe in that buttercream frosting and I'm gonna top them each with a raspberry. And I picked a raspberry because of our, because remember raspberries? Inside joke. And that's the recipe. Thank you again for joining The Bitter Baker. And don't forget to tune in next time where we're going to attempt to prepare a recipe my mother suggested. It's a dessert, it's British, and it's called Spotted Dick. It's been so long since I've seen one. Might take her up on it. It's a real thing. It's like pudding with raisins.
Sure it is.